Well, good afternoon, New Spirit family. It is great to be here with you for this week's devotional and hoping that this video finds you safe and blessed in the Lord. It is graduation season. It's a beautiful time when we celebrate the accomplishment of those who work so diligently to accomplish their tasks and are now moving over into that next phase, that transition into their life. And whether it's a graduation from high school or middle school or even college, it's a time to celebrate and give thanks to the Lord. And if you are hearing this video and you either are graduating yourself, or if you have a friend or family member that is graduating, God bless you, congratulations, and may the Lord guide you and protect you and bless you all the days of your life. And I have a brief biblical message to share with you for those graduates or people who are celebrating with those graduates. And I want to start out of Jeremiah 29, verses 11 to 13. And the reason I want to start with this Bible passage is because this is probably one of the most quoted biblical passages to share with graduates. We know Jeremiah 29 to 11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. The problem is that that's where most people stop. But really, when we look at this message in its context, there's a much greater understanding to what God is saying. First of all, within the direct biblical context here, God is speaking to Israel who has been scattered abroad, and God is uttering his promise to them. I have not forgotten you. I won't forget you. I know that there's going to come a time you may feel like everything is scattered. You know that you've been put into exile, but there will come a time when I will gather you again together. So God is speaking lovingly over his people, promising them that there will come a time when he will gather them together like a mother hen gathers her chicks. But there's something more important here as well. Notice verses 12 to 13. When we really read this passage, we have to understand it in its fullness. That's not all that God said. He didn't just say that he has the plans and plans to prosper us. But notice what he says. He says, then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. You see, if you stop just at verse 11 in Jeremiah 29, you forget the most important part of what God is saying here. He's not just saying, I have plans to prosper you and to give you hope and a future, but he's saying it's indicative of the people calling on him and coming and praying to him, and that God will listen to them. And then he says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. So what's my message to the graduates out there today? My message is this: seek him with all your heart. Call on him. Pray to him. There's a Lifeway research that was done in 2019 that demonstrated that 2/3, 66% of young Americans who attended Protestant churches regularly, at least for a year, dropped out for at least a year, if not more. Now, that's a scary statistic. That means that a majority of the young Americans who graduate and transition out will lose their walk with their faith. They'll forget the Lord. They'll forget to seek him. They'll forget to call on him. And we have to remember this promise in Jeremiah 29:11 is based on us seeking the Lord. So we can't just go and do what we want to do. We can't just forget the Lord and think that God's going to prosper us and give us a hope and a future without him. We can't live our life apart from him. So here's my message to you graduates out there. Don't forget the Lord. The promises that God has spoken over you are based on you earnestly seeking him. And if you forget him and if you depart from him, how can you have a hope and a future without him? And so I want to give you this final Bible passage as a reminder of this. It's found in Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 11 to 14. And it says, be careful that you do not forget the Lord your God, failing to observe his commands, his laws, and his decrees that I am giving you this day. Otherwise, when you eat and are satisfied, when you build fine houses and settle down, and when your herds and flocks grow large, and your silver and gold increase, and all you have is multiplied, then your heart will become proud, and you will forget the Lord your God. See, God here was speaking to the people of Israel as they prepared to go into the land of promise. And in the same way, you are about to enter into a land of promise. You're entering into a new phase of your life. And God is saying, be careful you don't forget about me. Be careful that you remember my laws and my decrees, because otherwise, yeah, you may go and you have great fortunes, you may have great success, but when you do all of these things, your heart will become proud and you'll forget me. And a life, no matter how abundant it may appear apart from God, is shallow and it's meaningless. So remember, as you make your plans into the future, as you start looking to where you're going to go next and what you're going to do next and all these great plans that you have for your life, please do not forget the Lord. His plans are to prosper you, but only if you seek him. He wants you to earnestly look for him, pray to him, so that when you do go into the land of promise, when you do have the success in your life, that you won't grow proud in your heart, but that you'll always give thanks to God because you know he is the God of providence. I hope this message is an encouragement and a reminder to all of you graduates. Congratulations and press on, always remembering the Lord. God bless you.